Vincent Van Gogh, people told him, you can't be a great painter, you only have one ear. You know what he said? I can't hear you.
Listening to Sippin' Sports, a Phillies sports talk morning show with KJ and Dalt. Proudly powered by 302 Birds. Let's take it to the show.
What is going on, everybody? Sorry, I forgot we were not on camera there. Well, welcome to another episode, of course, of Sippin' Sports Podcast. Happy Saturday morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody had a great Friday night. Besides the Phillies loss, but at least we got an Eagles win. And Broad Street Sports, you're looking pretty good in that blue over there, man.
Yeah, you know what? The Phillies didn't look too good in that blue last night. But it is what it is. I thought the offense did a good job starting to crawl back in that game. Duran, we'll get into it. It was, he's been so perfect. I'm not going to be angry with him. But it's a great morning. I'm happy to be here. Let's have a wonderful show.
Yeah, we don't even need to wait too much longer. I love one thing we do about the show is we just get right into it with Philly sports. And I hope you're doing well. Don't worry. But, man, that game last night, you hit the nail on the head. Very frustrating from what we saw from Duran. Very frustrating from what we saw at bat from Turner, Schwarber. Want to see some of the big guys step up. A team that was so hot seemed to get so cold. In your opinion, what happened?
It's just, I don't know what it is. If you guys remember, for the past 5 years, the Phillies had a hard time trying to beat the Marlins. No matter, and it'll circle back to my point here. But for the past couple of years, the Phillies have had an impossible time trying to beat the Marlins. No matter how good the Phillies are, no matter how bad the Marlins are, the Phillies could never beat them at home, away. They could never beat them. And for some reason, it feels like right now it's not the Marlins anymore. It's the Nationals. It feels like we literally cannot beat the Nationals at all. If the Nationals have our number, we've been shut down by them. It's ridiculous. But what I did like about last night that I said was the fact that we were able to kind of crawl back. Again, if you remember last Saturday night when the Phillies were in Washington and they scored a goose egg, they basically made Cade Cavelli look like a Cy Young out there. And again, last night they do it again. With Turner going 0 for 5. Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to attack Turner because of how good Turner's been. It's just not right for me to go after Turner when he's been one of the best hitters I've seen this year. And I'm not going to go after Schwarber because quite literally he's still the MVP of this team. But what I did like, even though that those guys, Turner and Schwarber, didn't give their best effort tonight, Stott continued his hot streak. JT continued his hot streak. Harper got a hit. Bohm with a hit. So there's guys, Castellanos with a great day, 3 for 4. So even though Turner and Schwarber didn't do their job tonight like they have been, other guys in this lineup stepped up and continued their hot hitting, which was wonderful to see. But I don't know why it's so hard for this Phillies team to beat the Washington Nationals. And if for some reason we cannot hit Cade Cavelli, this guy looks like a Cy Young anytime he faces the Phillies. So it is what it is. And for all the people, and I go on Twitter last night, and Twitter's firing up, and people are like, oh, Duran needs it. We need to stop the Duran intro. It's getting to him. The whole 9 yards. Just stop it. Please just stop it. You people have no idea what you're talking about. People don't realize how hard it is to go perfect every year. every time you go out there. It's impossible to be perfect. I mean, he was bound to have a bad night. He's bound to have a bad night. It is what it is, man. It's baseball. It was a bit. If I just look, should he have closed it out? Like when he went in, I was like, shit, this game's over. I don't have to worry about nothing, dude. It happens. It's baseball. I just don't want to see people like there is out on the internet right now. Oh, Duran needs to get back into reality. That intro is it's too big for it. Just stop it, man. Just stop it. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know baseball at all. It happens. It's baseball. You heard Rob Thompson post game. He was bound to have a bad start. You can't be perfect every friggin' night. So yeah, I'm not upset. But yeah, it was upsetting and frustrating for sure. But I'm not going to come down and talk, poorly about the team.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with that because we've seen in the past, as Rob was just saying, the Marlins definitely had our number for some years. And now it's kind of seeming like the Nationals are kind of doing that to us, even though they're not the better team. That's what's the most frustrating about it. They're not the better team. They don't have the better players. They just somehow, they just out of nowhere, they just find luck. And they just somehow the Phillies just have an off night when they play them, which really sucks. But I also feel like with Duran, you can't really get mad at the guy. I mean, he's been sensational. He's been insane. And he's honestly, he's leveled this team up in general and kind of kept this team kind of on a run. And if you think about it, we've won more games than losses since we've got him. So, I think you definitely – the people that are complaining about him, as you said before, they don't know baseball. They definitely don't know baseball. And it's not like you're going to be perfect 24/7. So it definitely I've seen people get like that because obviously, our town, we definitely get on the players when they do screw up. But I think for Duran's sake, the guy's been sensational. He's thrown pitches that are over 100 miles per hour. One pitch that was the fastest at Citizens Bank Park ever recorded, which is insane. So, you really can't get mad at the guy. So, definitely was a tough loss. It was good to see guys like JT and Bryson Stott get going. And they definitely have had some pretty good stretches, some games. So it's been good to see. But, yeah, they got to bounce back. They definitely got to win this game today.
Yeah, the thing about it for me is it's like, hey, look, the biggest – the positive from last night was the fact that they were actually able to crawl back and actually kept fighting till the final out. They came back. They were down 3-0. They came back. They were up 4-3. Duran coming in. He's been perfect every time he came out as a Phillies closer. And last night, he just didn't have his stuff. It happens. It's baseball. But if you want to look at the positives, the whole season, this Phillies offense has had a hard time. Once they go down and they're losing ball games, they have no fight. They can't battle through the adversity to come back. So the biggest takeaway from last night is not the fact that Duran blew a game. It happens. It's baseball. All the best closers do it. Mariano Rivera did it. Give me a break. But the biggest takeaway was the fact that the offense didn't stop fighting. The offense came back. They kept fighting. They did what they had to do. That was the biggest positive. That was the biggest takeaway. It's not the fact that Duran blew a game. It is what it is. Like I said, Mariano Rivera blows games. Ryan Helsley for the Mets blows games. Devin Williams blows games. Josh Hader blows games. Everybody blows games. It happens. It's baseball. But you don't see it every night where this offense, when they're down in a game, they crawl back, and that's it. So that was the biggest takeaway from last night in a positive way.
Yeah. They're going to get their stuff together. I think that they will. It's a tough one, but you guys hit the nail on the head, I think, with the points about JT and Stott. JT and Stott being hot are such a difference maker for this lineup. When they can really get their shit together in the back end of the lineup, it allows Harper, Schwarber, Turner to really just swing the bat a lot more freely, more with opportunity, and it can help the Phillies get more guys on base, obviously. So I think Stott's little hot streak that he's having, same with JT, is a very good thing. And it's funny, I want to give a shout out to Bet Parks. Everybody was asking the question on Bet Parks, Maniac Malloy, our guy, asking all this Phillies alumni and prestigious guys like Ruben Amaro, Ricky Bowe was there, but asking them, who's your most underrated Philly? And a lot of the guys said JT Realmuto, just understanding that connection that he has with his pitcher, understanding how he takes control of whoever the pitcher is on the mound, and he just gets that guy to lock in and understand what his role is. So vital to the team. I think that the Phillies are in such a good spot because those two guys are staying hot. And even Casty, I think, last night swung the bat pretty well. He had a homer earlier this week, so it's nice to start to see him. I know his stock isn't back where it was, but it's like, okay, he downtrend. This week was an uptrend for Casty. So I think that if that can continue, good things will happen for the Phillies. They just need to get those guys that are subpar or not really performing the way that they need to perform to start to perform. And then they'll be on a really good pathway.
Yeah, they are, but they are getting production out of the guys that you don't really expect. They are getting the production out of Stott. They are getting the production out of Marsh. Kepler. And I hate this guy. I hate this guy. I hate Kepler.
Yeah.
And dude, he's been great. I wouldn't say great, but he's been pretty good.
I don't know. You just said great, bro. You just said great.
No, but I look, he's been pretty good, and which is much better than what we have seen out of him, which has been great. So all these guys are stepping up, and it feels good because now it seems like the entire offense is starting to do a little bit, and that's a good thing. And on your point about JT is, look, and I've trashed JT for his offensive problems, because majority of the time he has a hard time hitting, earlier in the year, the past, so I've trashed him when it comes to his offensive abilities, but I never trashed him on how good he is defensively and how much he brings to this baseball team defensively, knowing his pitchers, knowing how to call a great game, being able to throw guys out. And I always knew deep down he had the offensive ability. We've seen JT as a Philly be great offensively. It's just when was JT going to bring that back? Be that JT that we know he can be. And last night and this past week and a half, 2 weeks, whatever it is, he's been outstanding. And it looks like he's a great clubhouse guy, great veteran, great leader. And that's what we need in this ball club. But I'll tell you this right now. This baseball team needs JT Realmuto for the postseason. This JT that we're seeing right now, the past 2 weeks, whatever it is, past week and a half, 2 weeks, we need JT Realmuto to be this in the postseason. Look, Castellanos shies away when the moment's too big. Turner shies away when the moment's too big. Bohm's a crybaby when the moment's too big. Stott doesn't show up when the moment's too big. Harper, you're going to get out of Harper and Schwarber. So, look, you need JT. Remember when we went on that 2022 run, that little magical Cinderella run? Yeah, guess who was the most underrated player on that team offensively? Oh, that's right, JT Realmuto. Jacob Tyler Realmuto was the most underrated guy. We need JT to be this JT in the postseason if we want to go far. But I'm loving what I'm seeing out of JT.
Definitely. Yeah, he hit it right on the head. He definitely did. So, JT just needs to step up, and he's been doing that. So, if we can see him really keep up with this consistency in the postseason, this team definitely can take that next step to maybe like an NLDS or maybe a World Series. We'll see what happens. But, only time will tell. Everybody's got to stay hot, and, everybody's just got to go with the motions. And obviously, we kind of talked about it on a couple post games ago about Zach Wheeler kind of going down. And I think ever since that happened, I think there's just a chip on their shoulder, even though they did lose that game yesterday. They definitely did have a fight to them left. So they definitely did. So, you can't really get mad at that, but I think definitely they have some new mindset, like next man up, kind of like how we kind of compared it, like when Wentz went down in 2017. Obviously it's not that to that standard, but it's kind of similar where you can kind of feel the tension in the locker room like change and the whole momentum as well. So I think that definitely is a factor for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, Phillies are definitely going to have to get it together, and I know somebody that'll be excited to see JT Real Muto performing really well. It's our guy Jack Dorton with his JT Real Muto jersey. I know he loves that, so he'll be able to rock that. But pivoting now into the next part of the show. Last night, Eagles get the job done with the preseason W. I was very happy with it. I know it's just a preseason win, but they got 2 out of the 3 wins in the preseason. And the one loss, I mean, they had 88 total yards of offense, I guess it was, last week against the Browns. And even though I would say they lost that week, they didn't just lose the game, because the rumors in practice were that they looked like they were getting worked by the Browns. I think that overall, sometimes you need to lose to win, if that makes sense. Like, sometimes you need to get knocked down to get back up. So I think that this overall preseason was a win for the Eagles. I'm not going to look into it too much now. We got the regular season. For God's sake, we didn't even see some of the starters like Jalen Hurts and other guys play. But I do think that the Jets are a team. Same with the Browns and the Bengals. I was shocked that the Bengals ended up playing their starters in that preseason game. That was shocking to me that early in the season, putting Joe Burrow out there with the chance to get injured. But hey, maybe they want their team accustomed to something. But overall, I do think that the Eagles played well last night. They had, I think it was over 200 total yards of offense. If not, they were right under it. So they looked sharp. I think McCord had a couple flashes where he looked good, but the rest of the game, he definitely needs some work. But that running back that they had, Montrell Johnson Jr., he looked really good too. So he could be somebody that they have depth-wise. Jacorian Bennett looked great. I thought he had a good game. And then as well as Lewis Cine signed. I think Cine is how you say it. But the safety from the Georgia Bulldogs, who was a Minnesota Viking that they ended up bringing in, who was a former first-round pick. That was somebody, I said it last night on the Eagles postgame show. Eagles fans, that guy, remember that name, Lewis Cine. I can't say it yet, but I can promise you I'm going to know how to say it by the end of the year, because that dude is going to be a stud. He's going to be a baller, and I really think he's going to be a differentiator for this defense.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was, it is a preseason, so it definitely does give us a little bit of a preview of what certain players are going to make the team, what certain players have a shot to make the team. It was definitely interesting to see a guy like John Mechie go out there on a preseason roster, get a catch like that. It was pretty interesting, and it just shows that obviously he's going to make the team. I mean, it's obvious, but it's definitely some question marks for guys like Terrence Marshall Jr. I want to see if he can make the team. That'd be really, I think that'd be pretty cool to have that guy like Terrence Marshall. He's got to change his jersey number. I think he has to. It's a must. I mean, you can't be just rocking number 46 like that. So, but yeah, I mean, I think also McCord had some flashes of like, okay, he's got potential, but then also he kind of made some mistakes, kind of not being able to read the rush as well. I kind of noticed that he wasn't able to read the rush that when the pass rush from the Jets were coming at him and blitzing. So he'll definitely learn that a little bit. But I mean, yeah, I think there's definitely some guys that definitely might have got themselves a roster spot. The guy who had I'm trying to think, Patrick Johnson had a sack in the game. It's going to be interesting to see if they keep him or not. I know that Nick Sirianni talks really high of him, which is good to hear. But we'll see if he definitely is on this roster, makes the 58-man roster. I think, 58, right?
Yeah, I think the fact that they need depth too is going to help him. Like, the fact that they need depth at edge rusher is only going to help his case. But you bring up a good point. Sack last night, sack week 1, I believe, against the Bengals as well. So he had a pretty good preseason, and he's a guy that's been in and out of this Eagles team. But I think that this year could finally be the year that he gets his opportunity. He makes the most of it. Stay tuned. What are you thinking, Broad?
Well, I like what I saw last night, but honestly, I'm pretty happy with what I saw this entire preseason, the 3 games of preseason and the entire training camp. I'm really liking what I've seen out of everybody besides for Keely Ringo. Dalt and KJ know how I feel about Ringo.
Yeah, we know.
He sucks. So give me a Dory Jackson, please. But my thing is what I looked at last night. Well, number one, McCord is not that good. He's not. Look, Dalt, you said he had a couple flashes. I'll tell you what, this guy shows zero promise as a real quarterback in this league, unless he could really figure it out somehow, some way. And I'm not completely writing him off. I'm not saying that he completely is, he'll never have a job in this league or whatever. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is he showed me nothing. It looks like he doesn't have what it takes right now. And I just was not a big fan about what I've seen out of him this entire preseason. And I feel like the majority of Eagles reporters and Eagles talk guys, they feel the same way about McCoy. They're not the biggest fans. They're not seeing the biggest of flashes from him, and that's just it is what it is at this point. But I'll tell you what, I think something that's flying under the radar, and it's my boy Jake Elliott. And look, just hear me out here. Last year, a disastrous season from him making field goals. Last night, he made like 5 field goals. And so, I mean, that's been a big thing that I need to see out of Jake Elliott and this team is when you're forced to take a kick, when you're forced to take 3 points, you have to take the 3 points and make the 3 points. Jake Elliott last year, when he would go in and try and get the 3 point, it was scary. And we need him to be the Jake Elliott that we know that he is. And right now, I'll tell you what, I'm really liking it. And he had a great night last night. But yeah, I'm all I can say, guys, is I'm ready for the regular season. Preseason's over. What happened in preseason doesn't matter. The fact we went 2-1 in preseason doesn't matter anymore. It's time to go start the real journey to being Super Bowl champions, and that's what I'm ready for. Screw preseason, screw training camp, screw McCord, screw Killy Ringo. I'm ready to see real Eagles football. Jalen Carter running at you, ready to take you down, ready to rip your head off, take your kneecaps away from you. Yeah. I'm ready to see Zach Bourne all over the field, interceptions. I'm ready for Quinyon Mitchell to go bazonkers. Oh, dude, I am so ready. I don't even care about what happened in preseason because I really don't. I'm just ready for week 1, Eagles versus Dallas, to open a can of some whoop ass.
Can't wait.
Woo! Fire me up. Yeah, fire me up, Frog.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude, you're right. I mean, somebody's saying there's people arguing on Twitter right now about DTR versus McCord, and somebody said shit versus ass. I think that's pretty funny there, too.
They suck. They all suck.
They both suck, and it's like, pick your poison of which one do you want? Like, where do you stand on that argument? I saw this meme that I'm about to show on the screen too on Twitter, and I was cracking up at this because this is basically how Corey Thompson Robbins' sorry ass looked, just standing on the fucking sideline waiting to be noticed. And when he first came on this team, I did think that he would end up being the QB3. I just thought because of his athleticism, I thought because of his situation, I thought because of the Eagles situation. Now I've looked at him, and I don't think every situation that he's been in has been himself. Right? Like some of it is just luck, right? The luck of the draw, football, sometimes you're just in a bad play. But some of it is self-inflicted wounds. Same with McCord. I do get what you're saying. Like, I don't know that I could see him being an NFL QB too. I think maybe he could develop into a backup. But last night, for God's sake, McCord had a passer rating of a 42, for God's sake. So you're not going to go anywhere with that. And they really need to kind of figure out, like, okay, if McKee goes down and Hurts goes down, who's going to take this team that's still capable? I think we all agree, all three of us, still capable of competing for a Super Bowl. Maybe not winning one, but I would argue definitely could at least compete for one. Could at least make it there in the NFC with the roster, with Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. The list goes on if I want to continue it. But my point is they should have a QB that can come into that offense and be a game manager and still give the team, the city, a shot at a championship. And DTR isn't that guy.
I mean, I think if that situation happened, I think that it would be really I just don't see I see them actually going after another quarterback. If that situation happened, then they would probably get a free agent quarterback. I would trust in a free agent quarterback more than I would trust in Dorian Thompson Robinson.
Who would you want? Like,
or
would you Flacco? Let's say the UD
probably.
Blue
I mean,
Hang.
but Flacco's with the Browns.
What
so,
if the Eagles made a trade for like a vet QB, like to
Yeah, that
bring
could be
someone in
fine, but
over DTR?
that'd be
McCord?
fine. But I mean, obviously, we just want to win the Super Bowl. And I mean, like, I get it because like got injured. I mean, like, we get it. Like both the two quarterbacks went down. But obviously, we're not wishing that or whatever. And
Yeah,
we don't
but
have to
if they
worry
did
about
both
that.
go
but yeah.
down, you would count them out, like out of the Super Bowl in your mind.
Oh yeah, I think so. I think you would. Even though we have the talent around, it's just like those guys like definitely could get this team. Like they're the missing pieces to it. I feel like so they definitely are, and they keep the house, I guess you could say, structured. And I definitely think that is a big missing piece if that goes down. But yeah, I mean, I think definitely McCourt kind of reminds me, and I don't know if you guys thought this as well. He reminds me a lot of Matt Barkley. And not in a good way. Matt Barkley was a guy that really was not high. I mean, he was good in college. He was decent in college. And then he came to the NFL and he was pretty much just like a journeyman, and you didn't know where the heck he went. Like once he left the Eagles, I don't know where else he went. I think he was like with Buffalo, the Cardinals, and whoever. And but obviously not a franchise quarterback and just a third string quarterback, a journeyman going from team to team. So that's who I can really compare Kyle McCord to be honest. So he definitely is a backup. I don't think he's a starter material we can ever see in the future.
Yeah. I mean, he looked very unconfident out there. It's like Frosty said, I'm going to screw up the game strut that Romano has going out there. I feel like McCord's starting to develop that same like strut when he goes out there where we're like, all right, oh shit. Like the game is in this guy's hands. Yeah, we're screwed.
He just looks panicked.
Yeah.
He looked panicked last night. And it was like for a preseason game to look panicked like that. And I mean, also like you could kind of you could kind of put that behind you as well. That kind of does help you like with your experience. But he just looked like he was just like he definitely was scared out there. So I mean, like you can't be scared in this league, and you can't be scared in the preseason, especially. So I think that was definitely something where I was like, okay, yeah, this guy's not showing me too much intangibles at all.
Now, Broad, I want to pose the same question to you that I posed to KJ because I'm interested to hear. How do you feel? Like McCord and Hurts, obviously, knock on wood, not wanting that to happen. But I'm interested to hear. Like, I want to know, how good is this team in your mind? Like, can a guy like Flacco get traded for and still win a Super Bowl with this team? Or is it donezo if these two guys go down?
So if Hurts and McKee go down, that's the question. If McKee and Hurts go down, then the team, yeah. I mean, look, I'll tell you this though. If I'd say it'd be very hard to win a Super Bowl. I'd say it'd be very hard to win a Super Bowl. But if you somehow brought in a Flacco, he could potentially bring it to to the playoffs, sure. But I just don't see a world where you can win a Super Bowl if they're going through two quarterbacks who have been on this team for forever, and then go into a free agent or trading for a veteran quarterback for a low price. I just don't see that happening. This is a wonderful team, a great team. I'm excited to see. I know how the offense. I don't even know how the offense is really going to look. Really, with Patullo running the plays. Now I get it. It's most likely going to be the same thing. They're just going to copyright what Kellen Moore did, sure. But we still don't know what this is going to look like. Could be a rebranded offense. It could be whatever. I mean, we still don't know. It could be like Brian Johnson 2.0. We don't know. But I'm really excited to see what this defense looks like, because we did lose a couple key pieces. We did lose a lot of depth. And now it's the young cats that got to really step up. You don't have Slay. You don't have Isaiah Rodgers, which getting rid of him I think is a disaster. But you got to see these guys step up and be major players on this team. But I'll tell you what, we lose Hurts, we lose McKee. The season's over. Not a chance in hell we do anything. And I like McKee. I mean, if Hurts goes down, I think McKee, not that he could win us the Super Bowl, but I think that he would do a good job of kind of securing us to a playoff run, getting into the playoff squeak. We're not going to win a division if Hurts goes down earlier in the year and McKee gets it. And I think McKee's a damn fine quarterback. I really do. I think he's great. But, I mean, it's a little bit different being a backup and playing in preseason games than the coming in or, playing in a game where, Jalen Hurts got injured in the second and let me come in and play the third and fourth quarter while we're up 2 touchdowns. It's a little bit differently. It's a little bit different coming in week 3, 4, 5 or whatever and then having to play the rest of the year because you're starting quarterbacks out. It's a little bit different. McKee would get us to a postseason run. I don't know. I just don't know about a Super Bowl. I think that's just, I don't know. I think we just got lucky with Foles and I don't know. But I'll tell you, I don't think that we'd be. McKay is a possibility, but I think if we had to bring in a third quarterback, I don't believe we would win a championship. No.
Yeah, I agree.
That makes sense. Now, Broad, I'll ask you this question as well. Justin Simmons is still out there. Eagles probably need a veteran safety with where they're at, just calling it like it is. I don't think any of these guys have really wowed us, or the position would probably be won by now. Would you bring in Simmons?
Yeah, I would. And I've been saying that they should bring him in for a long time. I don't know why we don't bring him in. I don't get that reasoning. I really don't. But I would totally bring him in. You're not. I don't know what you're going to get out of Makuba, even though he looked very good, and especially in that Browns game. And you don't know really what you're going to get with Sidney Brown. I mean, I'm not even the biggest fan of Sidney Brown. The guy's just so injury prone. It's like ridiculous. He's like freaking a glass house, dude. It's like ridiculous. But Justin Simmons, you bring him in. He is pure. He's a veteran. He's been there. He knows what he's doing. But it kind of concerns me, the fact that he's still out on the market. You know what I mean? Still kind of concerns me. I mean, somebody of that caliber, somebody at that level is still, out on the market. So, I mean, that kind of concerns me. But I've been saying since free agency started that we had to bring him in. I don't trust our secondary. I don't trust our backfield with the Makuba and Sidney Brown. And it's not because I don't trust them. It's just because I don't know what we got with them. I don't know. I haven't seen them consistently, and I don't know what you're going to get out of them. And we already know what Simmons would bring to the city. We already know what he would bring to the team. And I heard a report on Twitter from somebody, and they said that Howie Roseman's not done yet, which is great. Let's not be done yet. But let's go add a valuable veteran piece to this football team defensively, and let's go win another Super Bowl. But I'm all in favor of Justin Simmons, and I think he would do wonders to this team.
Yeah, I agree. I think he would be a phenomenal signing if the Eagles can pull it off. What do you think, KJ? I'll let you take it first.
Yeah, I think we've definitely talked about Justin Simmons, and we've hinted to the Eagles doing like a reunion thing with him and Vic Fangio. I mean, obviously both sides are very familiar with each other. Vic Fangio coached him in Denver. So he definitely is a fan of Vic Fangio and his coaching style and has so much respect. And they have, I think on a podcast, somebody asked him about joining the Eagles and he was all for it. It's just he hasn't heard anything back from the Eagles. And I don't think Howie Roseman has thought of him as a candidate, unfortunately. As much as we think as fans, as him as a candidate for a safety spot. But I kind of do agree with Broad. I do feel like Makuba and Sidney Brown are kind of question marks. Yes, they both have had some really good. I mean, Makuba, he had his first pick six recently, and he said he's never had a pick six in his career of football. And Sidney Brown had that long pick six, I think about 2 seasons ago, against the Cardinals. So that was pretty impressive. And then he got hurt, I think, the next week. So I think definitely you do, with seeing these injuries happen, I think you do need like a veteran safety just in case. and definitely try and spearmint something out there because God forbid somebody else goes down and then you're definitely in a pickle. And for instance, somebody else gets Justin Simmons out of nowhere, which it doesn't seem like anyone is going to. But if someone needs safety help, I think they definitely will be calling like another team. If they need safety help, they'll be probably calling Justin Simmons, and we'll be like looking back at it like, dang it, we should have got him, man. Like, what the heck are we doing? But I mean, for the most part, though, I think we all trust in Howie. We do trust that he's making the right moves. He made a crazy move recently with the John Mechie move, and then all of a sudden, like 2 days later, Johnny Wilson goes down for the season, which was pretty crazy to see. So it's not like he knew that was going to happen, but it was almost like he knew that that there was going to be an injury. He didn't know who, but maybe try and acquire a wide receiver like John Mechie, and he pulled off a pretty crazy trade for pretty much nothing. I mean, he traded away Harrison Bryant and I think like a draft pick, and that's about it, which we have a lot of draft capital. We have a lot of draft picks at the moment. So definitely, I think there's a lot of talk still about us maybe trading for Trey Hendrickson. That's definitely a possibility. I keep on hearing that his situation with the Bengals is not looking good at all. So, and I talked to Dalton more about this as well. The hint of Micah Parsons to the Eagles, it's just not going to happen. And people fantasizing about it, people raving about it, just stop, because it's honestly annoying as hell, and it's just not going to happen. And plus, why would you want a guy that just like complains and honestly is just a total distraction in the locker room and is all about himself and not about the team? So I don't want that. I'd rather just have the guys that we have now. But I think definitely Justin Simmons could be a good addition to this team, and I think they could definitely use him.
Yeah, I agree with what you guys said too. Look, Micah Parsons is fun to talk. The Eagles, I think, are going to pull the trigger on some kind of big defensive player. I don't think it's going to be offensive. I would be shocked with all the caliber that they have a wide receiver, Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts is their guy, but they are going to pull the trigger on someone defensively that's going to be a difference maker. I have a feeling they're going to put all their chips in and pull the trigger on a guy that they think is going to put them over the edge for where they feel like, hey, we're not just going to win the Super Bowl again. We're going to dominate in the Super Bowl, whether that be a star safety like Simmons, like when they brought in CJ, maybe a safety, I should rather say, that's underperforming or underutilized or just undervalued. The Eagles are great at that. And then they make this guy and turn him into a star and a gem because he's in a great system, but also the Eagles understand how to play to players' strengths, how to bring out the best in a guy. And I do think that they could do that with Justin Simmons. Plus, like you guys both alluded to as well, he's got the history with Vic Fangio, which I think would be a slam dunk for the Birds. So I'm really hoping that they can get this one done because the Eagles definitely need some depth. Micah Parsons is fun to talk about, don't get me wrong, but he's going to cost way too much. And you're getting a guy that I think just doesn't have a good attitude. So with all that being said, I don't think any of us are on the Micah Parsons trade unless he was wearing an Eagles jersey. Maybe then I would have to change my mind. But I want to talk about this with you guys too before we wrap up the show for about like the last 10 minutes or so. But Stateside is now taking over Xfinity Live. I know, KJ, I'll let you take this one first because he made a great video about this a couple months ago about why don't you tell everybody about why it would be confusing.
So I'm glad that we don't have to go through this confusion because I thought this was going to be the way it was going to be. But thank goodness it's not. I thought it was going to be really confusing because you have Xfinity Live, you have Xfinity Live Mobile Arena, whatever it's called, the new replacement of Wells Fargo Center, and then you have Live Casino, which would just get so confusing because there's just live in every single one, and then there's also Xfinity as well. So it all kind of combines together and makes it just a big mess. But now it really doesn't. I mean, the only thing is like it's called Stateside now, and it's like everybody drinks Surfside. Like we don't really drink Stateside. I mean, if you're more like a more fancier event or something like that, you'll probably drink Stateside or something like that. But Yeah, I just think it was definitely surprising. And I already saw that, like, my good buddy CJ Rome actually sent me a video of the progress that they're doing with construction. And it looks like right now we might have a little bit of a problem in the Wells Fargo lot, or I guess the Xfinity Mobile Center lot, with construction from the stateside live, because they're doing some construction right there. And I think they're trying to plan and also trying to build that futuristic plan they have, where they're getting that new addition to, I guess, stateside live. I keep on wanting to say Xfinity Live, but I'm not trying to confuse everybody. So
Hey, you're just talking
Yeah.
about going to Xfinity, right? You're
Yeah.
talking about the stadium? Oh, you were talking about
Yeah.
the bar. Sorry.
now you're confusing me
Exactly.
again.
No,
See?
that's what it's going to be like.
It's gonna-
exactly.
yeah,
It's going to
exactly.
be like, let's go to Xfinity. And then
Mhm.
somebody's going to be like,
Yeah.
all right, I'll meet you at Xfinity.
Yeah.
And they're going to go to stateside.
Yeah.
And then you're going to event the stadium
Yeah.
or something.
Uh-huh.
You guys know what the worst part about all this is, and I'm just going to be honest.
Yeah.
And it's the fact that no matter what names they change, real Philly fans are still going to call it Wells Fargo Center. And the real Philly fans like myself are still going to call it Xfinity Live. And Live Casino is, let's just go to Live. It's no Xfinity. Let's just go to Live, bro.
Yep.
So they could say Xfinity Mobile Arena. They could say Xfinity or Stateside Live. But to us, it's Xfinity Live. It's Wells Fargo Center. And that's the way it's going to be. You're not going to, like, Stateside Live doesn't even roll off the tongue. Like, let's go to Xfinity Live. That just rolls, bro. But, like, Stateside, like, it's like too many, like, syllables, bro. Like,
and Gramps over here calls it the Wachovia Center. We're both so old. We call it the Wachovia Center back in the day.
I didn't say that.
I used to call it the Wachovia.
I
That
didn't.
takes a man back.
well, you got the real old heads. Let's go down to the Spectrum.
Yeah.
They got. Let's go down.
Yeah.
I still call it the Spectrum. That's what it is to me. It'll never be anything else other than the Spectrum.
to me. Always.
So, like, they could change it however they want, but it's still going to be like, my whole life is, let's go down to Wells Fargo. Let's go down to Wells Fargo Center.
Yeah.
Let's go to Xfinity Live. Let's go to Live Casino. Like, that's how it's always going to be. You're never going to actually get people to say Stateside Live. like what? Like
Stateside Live.
Yeah, no, like you're at an Eagles tailgate, and then you guys, the game's starting, and you're like, well, let's go to Stateside Live now. Like, no,
Yeah,
that doesn't even, like, what? No,
Or
let's go down to
Stateside.
Xfinity Live, please. Let's go down to Xfinity. That's just how it is. And then, you guys want to go down to Wells Fargo Center? I got $5 tickets to go watch the Sixers play. No, let's just go watch the Sixers play in Xfinity Mobile Arena. Get the frig out of here.
Yeah. And it's not going to roll off the tongue like you said, and nobody's going to say stateside. The thing is, what a miss on stateside's part, too. I love stateside as a brand, so I don't really want to bash them too much. But Surfside, man, was right there. People might have called it Surfside, broad. People might have said, let's go to Surfside. They might have said that. It would have sounded stupid in Philadelphia, where the beach is Kensington. You know what I mean? Like, that's the closest thing we got to the beach is Kensington. Yeah. So it's like, all right, it would have sounded idiotic of like, hey, let's go to, people would get so, could you imagine that? Like, being an opposing fan, hey, let's go to Surfside, and you're in the middle of fucking Philadelphia. People would look at you like, they would be like, what is this place? But at the end of the day, everybody around here, I was talking about it with KJ last night and coworkers I had yesterday. Damn near 90%, 95% of Stateside's revenue, I would bet, is Surfside, iced tea, and vodka. So they really should have named it that, because even if people I like what Broad said. I think calling it Live is the simplest thing. That way you don't confuse any. Just let's go to Live. Boom. Done. Easy, simple. But if they would have called it Surfside Live, at least some people, I think, would have caught on, and it would have been better marketing. Like, your point of your place should tell people subconsciously to drink your drink. Nobody's going to go get at least in my case, a Stateside. You saw people used to drink Statesides before Surfside, but once Surfside caught on, holy shit, it caught on like fire. So I think it's kind of a miss on Stateside's part to not call it Surfside Live.
So they can still change it. They definitely can. I mean, unfortunately, that would just you would have to get the people to obviously change a sign and whatever. There's a lot of things.
Yeah, I don't think they can change it
I don't
now.
think they
And they're
can,
the parent
so-
company too, so they want to get advertised for, but
Yeah.
it's kind of, I don't know. I just think it's dumb on their part because
I wonder
everybody's
if-
drinking a Surfside there.
I wonder if they're going to sell even more statesides and replace them with a bunch of other, replace them instead of other drinks. I wonder if they're going to do that. I mean, that's definitely going to be interesting, but I mean, that's another story for another day.
Yeah.
I think it's stupid, man. Like, imagine, I don't know, who do we play at home this year? Like Detroit, right? Like Detroit fans come into Philly and, hey guys, I just heard about some place called Stateside Live. I heard it's in the complex. Let's go check it out. Let's go check it out. And it's and then everybody's in there sloshed out of their mind. And they're like, yeah, we're in fucking Xfinity, dude. And they're like, well, I thought this was Stateside Live. No, this is fucking Xfinity, dude. This is Xfinity Live. This is like the hub for Philadelphia sports. This is not anything Stateside Live, bro.
We don't have this in Detroit. Oh man, this is cool.
Yeah,
man.
Oh, I never knew how cool you guys' sports complex was. It's all right next to each other. Well, no shit. That's how it's supposed to be, dude. Like, oh my god.
I thought it was supposed to be in the middle of the city or something, and then just surrounded by buildings.
I didn't know you guys were supposed to drink like this in the parking lot. Is this legal?
I'm gonna call the cops. I'm calling the cops.
I'll tell you a story really quick. When we went, the only people who I've ever seen give Eagles fans a run for their money drinking in the parking lot, Packers fans. Mm-hmm. When we were at the game, this Packers fan, ironically named Dalton as well, had been drinking, he said, since the night before. He had been up since then. So they went to the casino because they came in and they gambled all night there. And then they woke up, got in line with the crazy ass Eagles fans who were already in line for the tailgate, started drinking in line with them, then just went in the tailgate and kept it going. So
even
credit.
I would expect that out of Packers fans though, because Packers fans they're nuts too. They're not like us, but like they are like us, if that makes sense. Like we're crazy.
No, they're a good fan base. Yeah, they're
they're
rugged,
nuts. Yeah. They're nuts. So I mean, if you're a nutty fan base, then you probably do have good tailgates and drink a lot of beer. So I mean, that's usually how it rolls.
Yeah. Well said. Well, maybe Stateside is hoping a lot of people will change that beer to Stateside or Surfside. If you guys want to sponsor the podcast, we can make Stateside Live right here on the podcast, or if you guys want to call it Surfside Live, I'd really appreciate that because I love Surfsides. Yeah, I'll grow.
I'd rather be Surfside Live. Maybe Surfside
Live.
Live.
Live, I think it would be cooler in my opinion. And I love Stateside as a brand. I think it's the best drink. But yeah, I think the reason they probably did it is that reason what he just said. I think people would get confused hearing Surfside Live.
Gnarly tips.
Yeah, in the middle of Philadelphia. They'd be like, what kind of Surfside are you talking about? This ain't no fucking beach. This is like Philadelphia. Like it smells like ass out here right now. It smells like a combination of ass, weed, and sweat. Like
hey guys, I just got into Philly. Well, number one, I really want to see the best cheesesteak spot. Maybe I'll go down to Gino's. So I'll go down to guys. Let's go down to Gino's. Let's take the subway and hope not to get fucking jumped on the subway. And then at the same time, well, hold on. Why does it smell like piss? Why does it smell like pot? Why is there rats all over the place and homeless people? Why is it like this? I thought this was a nice city, and then they'll go down to the complex. Well, why is there beer all over the parking lot? Why is there so many places? Why is there so many bars? Why is there so many people drinking beer? This is not right. Are we in the right spot?
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, it's so bad. It's so bad. Well, let's go to Gino's. We can get Gino's. Then we can go down. I heard there's a nice spot called Chicky and Pete's. We can go check that out. And then when we're done at Chicken Pete's, we can head over to the tailgate, but we don't really know what a tailgate is. I heard that's just where people hang out and just watch the games that are happening before the Eagles games, and then we can, when the game starts, instead of going into the stadium, we can go check out Stateside Live and see what that's like. Maybe we can order.
He would probably say, he'd be like, "Oh, can we go see the Liberty Bell?"
Yeah, all the tourist traps they're gonna fall for.
Can we go see the Liberty Bell? I heard it's around the corner. No, dipshit, it's not around the corner.
Yeah, good luck.
Well, no, because they think like Philly's like everything's right next to each other. Like they think, I mean, from the complex to the Liberty Bell is like probably damn near like a 30-minute ride.
Yeah, it's a hike.
Just because of traffic. Like, I mean, it's like a 30-minute ride up there.
Yeah,
it's like, dude, I wouldn't want to friggin' walk that. Like, no.
Hell no.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
But good luck for all the tourists coming into Philadelphia, man. Get ready.
That'll be cool to get some content with some Lions fans. That's going to be really fun. We can make some Lion King jokes and ask them where Mufasa went and whatever.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
November. Stay tuned. But
yeah,
that's all we got for you guys today. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. All those little things really help the channel out a ton. Please be sure to go give our guy Broad Street Sports a follow on his channel, as well as his Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all of the above. Give our guy a follow. There's a social media outlet. He's probably on there talking Philly sports with us. So please give him a follow. And be sure to give all of us a follow at Sippin' Sports Pod on Instagram. We collaborate with it a bunch. We would appreciate it if you guys did that. Other than that, bro, you got anything you want to say before we wrap up?
No, let's go win a series not down there in Washington. We're home. Let's go win the series versus Washington. Let's go. Let's continue our hot streak. Let's be men here. Let's be men. Let's not be scared by a team that has 50 wins. Let's not be scared, guys. Exactly. And I mean, Eagles fans, we got like a week and a half till game day. You guys, everybody better buckle up because I'll tell you what, it'll be an ass whooping in South Philadelphia. And I am so ready.
I cannot wait to show that freaking banner, right? And just see freaking Cowboys fan just like being like, "Oh, well, we have 5. We have 5. When's the last time, bud? When's the last time? I wasn't even alive."
Well, actually, I'm an Eagle. I'm a Dallas fan, but I actually was never born in Dallas. I was never from Texas or Dallas. I'm actually from Bucks County. And I'm actually from Bucks County.
Never been out of Jersey, Pennsylvania, or Delaware my whole life, and I'm a huge Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
Well, my dad,
Pennsylvania. Shout out to my freaking uncle.
my dad's a Cowboys fan, so I'm just a Cowboys fan. But we won so many Super Bowls about 100 years ago, and you guys have 2. But I don't really know why I'm a Dallas fan. I'm just around for the heartbreak, guys.
Yeah, it is hilarious. I think a lot of those Dallas fans who never stepped foot in the state of Texas, it's hilarious because the way that they act like Philadelphia fans, but like they'll be like, "Yeah, I like the Phillies, the Sixers, the Flyers, and then I'm a Cowboys fan," and they act like the Cowboys are a Philadelphia team. They will never be claimed as a Philadelphia team. Don't ever do that. It honestly, I cannot wait to just whoop their ass.
Oh, I hate them.
I just can't wait to show them that freaking banner and show them that we're the relevant team and that Jerry Jones is making freaking he honestly is just digging himself into a hole right now with Micah Parsons, and it's hilarious. It's so funny because he's like this. You hear him on the podcast with Michael. He's like, "Michael, how about you go get Micah and we can sit down and we can get a deal worked out? I would really like that." And it's like, Jerry, you are just go to a freaking senior citizen home because you have no brain cells left, and the Cowboys fans know that.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about it later. We got a lot more. Yeah. I know we got somebody on their way here, so we got to wrap it up a little bit earlier. Sorry to do that, guys. But we're actually taking next week off. Just want to announce that. I know nobody's going to be here anyway. You guys are all going to be at the beach. You're doing your thing. Labor Day weekend. Yeah, I was getting Memorial Day.
I wish it was Memorial Day, though.
I know, right? In the beginning of the summer.
Yeah.
But I hope everybody has a great and safe Labor Day weekend. There will be no show next week, no 302 Birds main show, or no Sippin' Sports. We're taking the week off, and then we will be back for the start of Sippin' Sports Season 4 to talk about that Dallas game. We'll be here to talk about whatever the hell happens after it, so stay tuned. But other than that, I hope everybody stays safe. Hope everybody does well. And be sure to have a great weekend. And other than that,
Go Birds.
that's
Go
all we
Birds.
got. Yeah, go Birds, guys. See ya.
Peace.
As always, God bless. Go Birds.
You are now listening to Sippin' Sports, a Phillies sports talk morning show with KJ and Dalt. Proudly powered by 302 Birds.
Still there?
See you guys. Have a good one.
Yeah,
Take
you
care.
too, man. See ya.
Be broad.
See ya.
We're still live, by the way.
Oh,
I don't
are
know
we?
why it's not ending. Yeah, you guys are good. Say it. It'll end in a sec.